Welcome to our channel, Book by Book.
Hello, everyone.
We all know the feeling, right? You sit down, you're full of these great intentions, you get a deadline, or maybe just a personal goal you're dying to hit.
Yeah.
That one big thing that you know will make a real difference. And then nothing happens.
Well, not nothing. Something else happens.
Exactly. Suddenly you're deep diving into the history of gardening gnomes, or you decide that this, right now, is the perfect moment to organize your bookshelf by color.
And that main task just sits there looking at you. And then guilt starts to creep in. It's a universal struggle in the modern world, I think. We have all this information about what to do.
Oh, endless information.
But actually doing it, that's the real hurdle. We delay, we find other things, we tell ourselves stories about why now isn't the right time.
And that gap between I want to do this and I am doing this just gets wider and wider. It's so frustrating, and frankly, it really chips away at your confidence over time.
It does.
Which is why today we're doing a summary of a book that gives a really tangible, time-box plan to fix this exact problem. It's called Immediate Action, a 7-day plan to overcome procrastination and regain your motivation.
And it's by Thibaut Meurisse, who's a productivity writer and coach. He really specializes in this specific gap, the one between wanting to start and actually starting.
In a world that is just constantly trying to break our focus, a book like this feels, well, more necessary than ever.
Absolutely.
So our mission today is to distill this potent one-week framework that Meurisse lays out. This isn't just theory. It's a set of real, actionable steps to break that procrastination cycle in just 7 days. We want to give you that blueprint.
To move from feeling stuck to feeling like you have real momentum.
Okay, let's unpack this.
So the central idea of the book, its main thesis, is you have to stop waiting.
Stop waiting for what, exactly?
For the right moment, that perfect time when you'll feel motivated, the stars will align, and the work will just flow. He says that moment is a myth.
It's a trap, isn't it? I'll start after I have my coffee. I'll
Right.
start when I feel more inspired.
Exactly. Those are just excuses. He argues that the only way to beat procrastination is to commit to immediate, deliberate actions. They can be tiny. The size doesn't matter as much as the immediacy.
Because that's what builds momentum.
That's everything. And this is so crucial because he reframes procrastination entirely. It's not laziness. It's not a character flaw.
So what is it?
It's a problem with your mindset or your habits or just a simple lack of clarity. And if you think about the bigger picture here, that shift from passively waiting to feel motivated to actively doing something to create motivation, that's how you rebuild your confidence.
Especially after it's been worn down by a huge to-do list of things you feel you should have done by now.
Yes, because real progress, real habit change, it only comes from doing, not from planning to do or researching how to do it.
What he calls paralysis by planning. I love that phrase.
It's so accurate. It feels productive, right? Making lists, organizing files, researching tools.
Oh yeah, you feel super busy.
But you haven't taken the first step on the actual task. Meurisse's whole plan is about yanking you out of that comfort zone and forcing you into execution.
Okay, so let's start where he does. To solve the problem, you first have to understand it.
Right. And moving past the self-blame is step one.
Which brings us to lesson 1. Recognize the real reason you procrastinate. This seems to be the foundation for everything else.
It is. It's a huge psychological shift. Most of us, when we procrastinate, our internal monologue is just awful.
I'm so lazy, I have no discipline, what's wrong with me?
All of that. And that kind of negative self-talk just makes you feel worse, which makes you want to avoid the task even more. It's a downward spiral.
So Meurisse says stop being the judge and jury.
Like, start being a detective. Your job isn't to blame yourself, it's to find the source of the friction.
The friction, I like that. So it's not a personal failing, it's a process problem.
Exactly. And he identifies a few key root causes, and they're not vague feelings, they're very specific.
Okay, what are they?
First is a simple lack of clarity. The task is just too big or ill-defined, so your brain doesn't have a clear instruction on where to start.
Like work on the Peterson account. What does that even mean?
Precisely. The second is fear of the outcome. This one's huge. The stakes feel really high, so you just avoid it altogether.
Good.
Overload, or what he calls mental clutter. You just have too many things competing for your attention and your brain freezes up. Analysis paralysis.
Let's dig into that fear of the outcome, because the book says it's not just fear of failure.
No, and this is a really fascinating insight. It can also be a fear of success.
Okay, that sounds strange. Why would anyone fear success?
Well, think about it. Fear of failure is easy to understand. If I do this project and it's bad, all get criticized.
Sure.
But fear of success is more subtle. If I do this project and it's amazing, what happens next? Maybe you get a promotion.
Sounds good.
But that promotion means more responsibility, more pressure, higher expectations, less free time. Your brain, in a self-protective way, might see success not as a reward, but as a gateway to a much harder, more stressful life.
So procrastinating is a way to stay in the comfort zone. You maintain the status quo, even if that status quo includes feeling guilty about not doing the thing.
Precisely. It's an emotional regulation strategy, not a time management problem. And once you figure that out, am I stuck because I don't know the next step or because I'm scared of what happens when I finish? Your whole approach changes.
The clarity issue is the most straightforward one to fix, though.
Oh, absolutely. The example of write the quarterly report is perfect. Your brain sees that as this giant amorphous blob of a task. It's heavy.
But if you change it to, say, open the document and write the 3 main bullet points for the introduction.
The friction just vanishes. Now it's a small, defined 5-minute action. It's manageable. Your brain can handle that.
The analogy he uses is just perfect for this. He says you're stuck at a junction on the highway. You don't move forward not because you're lazy, but because there are no signs. You literally don't know which ramp to take.
And checking your email or scrolling social media is the equivalent of cleaning your car's dashboard while you're still stuck in traffic.
It feels like you're doing something.
But you're not making any forward progress. If you don't define that very next action, the signpost, your brain will always default to the easy, low-value stuff.
So the first actionable step for anyone listening is this. Before you even think about a 7-day plan, take 3 tasks you've been putting off. And ask yourself, really ask, why am I delaying this? If your answer is vague, like it's too much or I'm not ready, that's your cue.
You have a clarity problem.
Right. So stop trying to muscle through it and just define the very, very first step. What's the 5-minute version of starting?
It saves so much mental energy. You stop beating yourself up and you start strategizing. The block isn't you, it's the instruction. So you just need to write a better instruction.
Okay, so once you've diagnosed the problem, you can move into the actual plan. This is lesson 2. Design a 7-day action plan commit to immediate steps.
And this is where it gets really practical. The whole strength of this plan is that it destroys all or nothing thinking.
Ah, yes. The classic procrastinator trap. If I can't dedicate a full day to this, I might as well not even start.
Right. This plan is the opposite. It's all about small daily actions, consistency over intensity.
He says it's like climbing stairs, not trying to jump across a chasm.
A much safer and more reliable way to get to the top. Your brain loves small, guaranteed wins. It builds a positive feedback loop.
So what does the plan look like day to day?
He gives some very specific steps. For instance, on day 1, you identify your biggest, most dreaded task, your frog, as it's often called.
Eat the frog.
Yes. And you commit to working on it for just a short, fixed time, maybe 20 minutes, before you do anything else, before email, before news, before anything.
You use your peak willpower on the hardest thing.
Exactly. Then day 2 is about optimizing your environment, actively removing distractions, both physical and digital.
Okay, so you're building a foundation.
You are. And the goal isn't to finish the whole project in a week. The goal is just to show up every day and honor your commitment to start. Breaking that initial inertia is the real victory.
Which leads right into lesson 3. Clear your mind to clutter before you do. This one really resonated with me. It's a step most productivity systems just skip over.
But it's absolutely critical. Meurisse says mental clutter is one of the biggest sources of that friction we were talking about.
That feeling of having 20 tabs open in your brain at all times.
Yes. You're trying to write an important email, but you're also thinking about what to make for dinner and that you need to call the dentist and you're worried about a bill you have to pay.
Your brain is just juggling all these incomplete loops.
And that juggling act uses up a ton of your cognitive energy before you even get to your main task. The system is already overloaded, so of course it struggles to start something new and difficult.
The analogy he uses of a computer with 100 tabs open is just so perfect.
It is. The computer's slow, it's lagging. The solution isn't to try and force another demanding program to run.
No, the solution is to close all the other tabs.
Exactly. And you immediately feel that speed and clarity return. That's what you're trying to do for your own mind.
So how do you do that? What's the practical step?
The 10-minute timer technique. You set a timer, you grab a piece of paper, and you just do a brain dump.
Everything that's on your mind.
Everything. Work stuff, personal stuff, worries, ideas, chores. Don't organize it. Just get it out of your head and onto the paper.
And then?
Then you look at the list and you pick one thing. The single most important task, your big rock. And you designate everything else for a later list.
So you're not forgetting about them.
No, you're giving your brain permission to stop thinking about them right now. You've told your brain, I've captured this, it's safe on this list, we'll deal with it later, and that frees up so much mental bandwidth.
So you've diagnosed the problem, you've set up a daily plan, and you've cleared your mind. Now you're actually ready to execute.
Right. And that's when you run into the next big wall.
Distractions.
The biggest modern barrier to getting anything done. Which brings us to lesson 4. Beat distractions and commit to single tasking.
I love his name for distractions. He calls them frog eaters.
It's a great image, isn't it? They literally eat up the time you've set aside for your most important task, your frog.
And it's not just the time the distraction takes, it's the recovery time.
Oh, the context switching cost is massive. We think a quick 30-second glance at a notification is harmless, but it's not.
Why not?
Because your brain was in a state of deep focus. When that text message pulls you out, you don't just snap right back. Research shows it can take, 15, even 25 minutes to get back to that same level of concentration.
So if you're getting pinged every 10 minutes...
You're never actually doing deep work. You're spending your entire day just trying to get back into the zone. You're constantly in that inefficient state of switching gears.
So what does this all mean?
It means what we call multitasking is actually just rapid, inefficient task switching. It's a myth. And Meurisse's solution is, well, it's pretty blunt.
Just turn everything off.
Everything. Notifications, email pop-ups, extra browser tabs. Put your phone in another room. Be ruthless about creating a bubble of focus.
A zone of focus.
Yes. And you can use techniques like the Pomodoro method to structure this. Work for 25 minutes, totally uninterrupted, and then take a guaranteed 5-minute break.
That structure makes it feel less daunting.
Much less. Your brain knows it only has to hold that intense focus for a short, defined period. The result is just profound. You get so much more done, and you feel accomplished instead of frazzled.
The wood chopping analogy comes to mind again. Chopping for 30 minutes straight will give you a big pile of wood.
But if you stop every minute to check your phone, you'll have almost nothing to show for it. Continuous effort is what produces results.
So the action step here is to schedule one of these focus zones for tomorrow. 30 to 45 minutes. One task. No interruptions allowed. It's like a meeting with your most important work.
And you can make that commitment even stronger with the next lesson. Lesson 5 is all about leveraging commitment and accountability.
This is where you bring other people into the equation.
Exactly. It's a brilliant psychological hack. When a goal is just in our own head, it's easy to dismiss. It feels optional, maybe later.
But the second you write it down, or even better, tell someone about it,
it becomes real. It gets upgraded to a must-do. We are just wired to care more about promises we make to other people than promises we make to ourselves.
But I could see a potential downside here. If you're already anxious about a task, doesn't telling your boss, I'll have it done by Wednesday, just pile on more pressure? Couldn't that make you procrastinate even more?
That is a very real concern, and he addresses it. It's not about creating high-stakes public pressure where you'll be shamed if you fail.
So what is it about?
It's about creating gentle, positive social pressure. It could be as simple as telling your partner, my goal is to spend 45 minutes on that proposal tomorrow morning.
And having them ask you about it later.
Yes. Or asking a friend, can you just send me a text around noon to see if I've done my focus block? It's not about judgment. It's about a simple check-in.
It's like having a gym buddy. You're more likely to go if you know someone's waiting for you.
That's the perfect analogy. It just adds a little bit of external motivation. You're leveraging that social pressure loop in a positive way.
So the action item is to pick your big task for tomorrow and just tell one person. Send a text. Ask them to check in. It turns a private wish into a shared goal.
And that simple act can make all the difference.
Okay, that brings us to what might be the most important lesson for a lot of people, especially high achievers. Lesson 6. Take imperfect action progress over perfection.
This one is so liberating. Because for so many of us, perfectionism is the real enemy. It's just procrastination in a fancy costume.
It sounds so noble, doesn't it? I'm not procrastinating. I'm just waiting until I can do it perfectly.
Right. Waiting for the perfect idea, the perfect outline, the perfect first sentence. But that waiting doesn't just delay the project. It often kills it completely.
So the fear is really about producing something that's not good enough.
Yes, the fear of doing it wrong. But Meurisse argues that you can't get to good without going through bad first. You need something to work with. You need a messy first draft.
The shitty first draft, as Anne Lamott says.
Exactly. Its only job is to exist.
Yeah.
The sculpting analogy is perfect here. A sculptor can't create a masterpiece by just staring at a block of marble.
They have to start chipping away, making a rough, ugly shape first.
That rough shape is a necessary step. You can't refine the details until the basic form is there. And it's the same with any project.
This is where those quotes from the book really hit home. You don't need perfect planning, you need immediate action.
That's a direct command to stop overthinking and just start doing.
And the other one, progress is built on consistent doing, not perfect readiness.
Yeah.
That feeling of being ready is a mirage. We're chasing something that doesn't exist.
Because motivation isn't something you wait for, it's something you create through action. Action comes first, motivation follows, not the other way around.
So what's a practical way to fight perfectionism right now?
The book suggests a really tactical approach. Set a timer for just 20 minutes. Pick your task. And for those 20 minutes, your only rule is to keep moving. Keep writing, keep coding, keep designing, no deleting, no self-editing.
Just pure output.
Pure, imperfect output. When the timer goes off, you stop, you've broken the inertia, and instead of judging what you made, you just list 3 small things you can improve on tomorrow.
I love that. It validates the rough start and channels that critical energy into a constructive plan for the next session.
It does. And all of this really comes together under one big idea, the mindset shift. Procrastination isn't who you are, it's just a habit you've learned.
And habits can be unlearned. Or, more accurately, replaced.
Exactly. And the way you sustain that new habit of taking action is through tracking and reflection. A daily review.
Asking yourself, did I do what I said I would do today?
And if not, why not? What got in the way? That little feedback loop is what turns the 7-day plan from a quick fix into a lifelong change.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground. Let's try to distill all of this into a super practical 10-point checklist for the listener. Something you can literally start using tonight.
Perfect. This is the how-to guide.
All right, number 1, schedule your one big avoided task for tomorrow morning tonight. Put it in your calendar. Give it specific time.
2, clear your mind before you start. Do that 10-minute brain dump. Get everything on paper. Then pick your single most important task.
3, block out a distraction-free focus session, 30 to 45 minutes, phone off, tabs closed. Create your bubble.
4, commit to it publicly, even if it's just telling one friend. Get some accountability in your corner.
5, start that task within the first 10 minutes of your workday. Don't let email or the news steal your best energy. Eat that frog first.
6, use a timer. The 25-minute Pomodoro structure is perfect. It makes intense focus manageable.
7, embrace imperfection.
Yeah.
Your only goal for that first session is to finish the timed block, not to create a masterpiece. Completion over perfection.
8, end your day with a quick reflection. Did I take immediate action? Why or why not? Learn from your day to improve your tomorrow.
9, get strategic. Remove one low-value activity from your day. Less scrolling, more creating.
And finally, 10, celebrate the small wins. Acknowledge when you finish a focus session. That positive reinforcement helps lock in the new habit.
That's a powerful list. So just to recap the absolute core principles, let's nail down the top 5 key lessons from the book.
Let's do it. First and most importantly, don't wait, start now. The perfect moment is a myth.
Second, clear your mind, pick one big task, and act. Simplicity and focus are your best weapons against overwhelm.
Third, block distractions. The first 20 minutes of uninterrupted work are where you build the momentum to keep going.
Fourth, tell someone your goal. A little bit of external commitment can be a powerful motivator when you're flagging.
And fifth, begin rough, improve later. Imperfect action will always, always beat perfect inaction.
When you really take those ideas on board, you start to change your identity. You stop being someone who says, I'll do it later, and become someone who just does.
And you realize that motivation isn't the cause of action, it's the result.
So a final thought for you to act on right now. What is the one tiny 5-minute thing you can do on a task you've been avoiding? Don't plan it. Don't think about it. Just open the file, pick up the phone, or set the timer, and start.
Immediate action isn't about working harder. It's about doing the right next thing and doing it now. That beginning is everything.
If you found this summary helpful and insightful, please remember to subscribe to our channel, Book by Book, for more such helpful book summaries. Also, share this summary with others who might benefit from breaking the procrastination cycle. And be sure to like this video, which motivates us to keep bringing you the best book summaries.
Thanks for joining us today.
We'll see you next time.